Grabbing on my crotch, looking at my watch. It's time for the John and Ant Show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the John and Ant Show. I'm John.
This is Ant.
And Rob is back for 3 days. Hooray.
Live.
And we have Smackdown to talk about. Rob will talk about the Elimination Chamber and Raw because he wasn't here Tuesday.
Well, you guys pretty much covered Elimination Chamber.
Well, we did, but we want to get your take on Elimination Chamber because you were not here Monday.
That's true.
And you weren't here Tuesday, so
I'm not gonna throw it in your face how many I got right. And I felt weird about the one I got wrong, being that I called very specifically John Cena was gonna pin Seth Rollins.
I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel bad that I didn't sweep. I didn't get all of them right. But then
It happens.
I didn't want the Shield to lose.
Right. No, it was a win-win really, because either you would have been right, or
I was the
Shield
only
would have
person
gone
who
for it.
picked the Shield.
Yeah, which made me think. Oh no, I still beat you.
No, you did.
Because
You
of the
did.
chamber. So I was thinking we pretty much all had the same picks.
Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
few differences.
I wanted Y2 Jobber to win the chamber.
Was that a jobber he beat? D-Bry?
Yeah, he beat D-Bry. And then what
wasn't
happened?
Kofi this
what
time.
happened on Raw? Oh, that's right. He gets pinned again.
Against the Shield.
Yeah.
I know that you got pretty hyped on Roman Reigns from the pay-per-view.
Stealing the show.
But all he did was he had the spots in the match.
Stealing
Yeah,
He had the
show.
spear. He did spears twice.
wait,
he did spear
Raw,
through
he
the
did.
barricade.
That's his role, though. That's his role.
That's it.
And he
But
does
on
it well.
Raw, the spear wasn't as good as.
I don't know. I felt like it was the same. It was just like a camera angle thing. Because it was the same spot. You were ready for it this time.
Mm-hmm.
So was Ryback.
Which is what you brought up.
So was Ryback because he pushed Seth Rollins off real fast.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Chamber pay-per-view?
I liked it.
A lot of people hated it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you told my joke on air about the crowd.
Yes.
I want to say I got a manager to laugh at it. I said it to my manager.
Okay.
And he laughed.
Good,
so
good. Well, everybody should laugh at that joke.
they should.
The New Orleans, the
Yes.
crowd being dead because they're still underwater.
Yeah, the crowd was not alive because
Horrible.
they're still underwater.
Horrible.
It is horrible. Someone should clean that mess up.
They really should, especially that crowd on Monday. It was, oof. The marching band got a better reaction than the
What
Miz.
was interesting was how dead the crowd was for the entrances. In
was
particular, the entrances. But
for the
they
actual matches, they did.
yeah,
they did get chants going. But
usually
it was
the
weird.
music hits, the crowd goes
crazy.
ridiculous. But this wasn't the case.
No.
And then the Ryback chants
The-
just
yeah.
proved that they weren't dead. But what was going on?
I think it's Louisiana.
Better them than me. Oh wait, that was me.
Well, again,
Really?
Yes. Sweet.
That
I'm
is,
glad. I'm glad that got on.
John's Simpsons Tapped Out app.
Sorry about that.
Wow.
It's fun. Leave me alone.
You could have muted it.
I forgot. Okay.
Next we're gonna get a message. He's gonna get a message on the internets. He's gonna get a text somewhere.
I forgot. I'll mute it. Okay, it's mute.
Should have been muted already.
Shut up.
Shut up. What else was there?
On Raw?
On SmackDown, not SmackDown, Elimination Chamber.
Del Rio
Big
Botch
Show.
against
Oh.
the Big Show.
Aside from that, you also mentioned about Roman Reigns with the spear being very impressive.
Yep.
He was a football player.
Right.
So he should. That's not a bad move to give him. Not Bo Dallas.
No,
Not not Edge. I've
Caitlyn.
said that before. Not Caitlyn. But a guy that you could believe doing it.
Right, and you were mentioning this. I don't remember if we got it on air, but you did mention about how spears they're just overused and they should be used only by people who have the physique or really know how to use it.
I think I said it on the finishers. Our favorite finishers.
Yeah, you might have said it there. It is the truth. I mean, I do remember seeing this. One of the worst spears I'd ever seen was Edge spearing Jericho. In addition to SmackDown or something, or maybe it was Raw, but it was pretty bad. And then it's funny because Bobby Lashley used to do the spear at one point, but his was terrible too, and it was because he didn't really put his shoulder into it. He just kind of ran towards somebody and brought them down with his arms.
Even Big Show's is kind of.
Well,
Yeah, it only looks good because he's so big.
It looks good when he like hits the ropes first, and like the ropes bend like a ridiculous amount. And
yeah, but then you
bounces
get
off
worried that he's gonna fall out of the ring, break the ropes.
I think, yeah, that's true. That is true. But other than that, concerning the Del Rio Big Show match, what'd you think?
I thought it was all right. Like you said, I thought he was gonna pin him because they made such an emphasis on it about him getting pinned. And then he wins the same way he's been winning.
Exactly.
Well, 2 last man standing matches, but with a submission.
I think the crowd was going like it was okay until that botch happened. Then it just got quiet.
Botch not heard around the world.
Thanks.
I did like that.
There's a lot.
It seems like Big Show didn't notice,
That's the funny part.
or
though,
maybe
about the
he
whole
did.
thing.
He had
so
to-
he just he had to stand there anyway.
He
Like,
had
that
to
was
notice
the spot.
because, like I said, maybe he didn't see Del Rio botch, but he had to hear him hit the ground.
Yeah,
You know.
had
Well,
to.
here's what I'm thinking. If he was standing like that way, wouldn't you be looking at the Titantron?
That's true.
I
But
don't know if
no,
he
but
was
they only
looking
get the
at
same
Titantron.
camera angle as what we get.
Okay.
So he'd only see his side. I mean, you see Del Rio coming,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't see him coming from behind
Okay.
him. You'd see him from the side.
All right. What can you do? A botch is a botch. That happens.
A botch is a botch is a botch.
Yep. I think that's what caused the crowd to be like, this match is okay.
But you really think it's from one?
I think so because the
one
crowd was kind of
spot?
into it.
Yeah.
What was the opening match? They would probably get over
Into
it
it,
by
and
the
all of
end.
a sudden that one spot happens, and all of a sudden it just got quiet. He hits that all the time, almost all the time.
It was how can I put it? I mean, the crowd did still. I mean, they still did make some noise afterwards, but it did take a lot of the momentum out of the
It
match.
did.
It really did.
Uh,
Because it was getting fast paced, and then that happens. He has to try again. That's the worst. That's what always makes me
Yes.
cringe when they have to go.
Yeah.
And the only way to redeem the botch is to try it again.
Except for
right
when,
away.
except for when Orton missed the RKO on Jericho that one time and had to run around the ring and
Yes.
come back in. That was fantastic.
All
That I
right.
could watch again, without a doubt.
what else do we have? What did you think of the chamber overall?
I liked the match. You said it was slow at first,
I thought so.
and how could it be slow with Jericho and D-Bryce?
No, it was started off like I like that, but once I think who entered next,
Jack Swagger, wasn't it?
Jack Swagger. Then I thought
Was
it
it-
like slowed down a bit.
Was it Swagger? No, Swagger came out.
I'm trying to
last.
think if it was either Daniel Bryan or Jack Swagger.
Swagger came out last.
No, Danny Bryan and Y2J started it off.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I think third was Kane.
Maybe.
Because
I
Swagger came out last.
Well, I know
right?
No, Mark Henry did.
Mark Henry came out last. Orton came after him. Before him. Kane before him.
Oh, that's right. Mark Henry
And
was
then
smacking
Jack
his
Swagger.
face.
Swagger was third.
Yeah.
So I thought it slowed down just a bit when Swagger came in, but after that it picked up again. So you liked it? Cause
I did. I didn't think it was as slow as
you
you had made
picked
it seem
Swagger,
on here.
And
I picked Swagger, and it's kind of lame that he went with a roll up, but it also doesn't make. It certainly doesn't make Orton look bad.
Yeah.
He got caught off guard
Yeah, it happens.
for the 3, and he can continue to feud with Mark Henry for whatever reason. I don't know who would win at Mania. I hope Mark Henry.
Between who?
Orton and Henry.
Well, I don't.
Just
care.
because you guys are tired of him being a dominant monster,
Yes.
but it's what he's good at.
all the time.
It's what he's good at.
all the time.
He's good at it.
He was
that's
good at
what-
the sexual chocolate.
That's not coming back though.
It should.
never, ever, ever.
He should have this storyline where he gets the Big Show's KO punch, WMD, and he
Yeah.
forgets everything after,
Everything that's happened
Yes.
within the last couple of years.
and inexplicably goes back to the sexual chocolate gimmick. It's a good idea. Come on.
And then you have a bunch of vignettes of him and the hand child
Yes.
in like a park having a
and there
picnic.
could be what do you call it? Storyline about Mark Henry not wanting to pay the hand child support.
This is ridiculous.
And Mae Young's gonna die soon anyway, so there could be this one
Oh
storyline
my
where
God!
she's got a will, and
What?
she leaves everything to the hand. And
Really?
Sexual Chocolate Mark Henry, doesn't appreciate this.
Doesn't approve.
Doesn't approve. He goes, let's say, with AJ Lee as his new wife, and we just keep going from there.
Can we get on with Rob's chamber?
Okay,
I
sure.
said what I liked about Chamber.
Antonio versus The Miz.
That was a good match. That was very short though. Still good.
Shield versus.
I didn't like. I think people had a problem with the finish.
Yeah, a lot
I
of people
didn't.
did.
I didn't see the problem.
It's a typical heel tactic, Get the other guy disqualified. Usually, it's get yourself disqualified to save the title, but Cesaro actually did it in a way where he got Miz disqualified.
Mhm.
I thought that was I liked it. Anytime the Miz loses, I like it. So maybe that's not saying much, but
We talked about the Shield already, and Cena right back, and Sheamus. Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston.
I called that when they finally announced what was going to happen.
Well, me and my big mouth, because I mentioned that why Dolph Ziggler doesn't have a match, and out he comes. So. It was
Yeah,
okay.
he didn't need a match
No.
though. That was.
Caitlyn versus.
I don't know what that was about.
Caitlyn versus Tamina.
this was match of the night.
Match of the night.
I didn't think about it until I heard you talking about it on the show. But how they're both not small.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
usually I think Tamina, in any circumstances, is the bigger of the divas going into the match. But Caitlyn's. I think Caitlyn
She's thick.
might actually be in better shape.
Right.
So
And when we're saying that, we're not.
yeah,
Goodness, we're not saying out of shape. We just mean they're pretty thick.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they definitely have bigger biceps than some
Than
a
us.
certain guy that we know.
than
Yes.
all of us
You know,
in this room.
Pretty much.
Or
Rock.
maybe.
Main event. Rock and CM Punk.
Same things that you guys said about him. So many rest holds.
Mhm.
I was thinking.
And it's a shame, because it's funny. It would have made sense if their Royal Rumble match had rest holds, because Rock
Yes.
had quote internal injuries, right?
Mhm.
But this one apparently he was fine, and they had more rest holds in this one than the last one.
I was thinking.
What did you think of this match?
Well, about the rest holds thing. Before I get to the rest of the match, I used to remember a time where Randy Orton was the king of the rest hold.
Yeah.
Every match had him using the sleeper on somebody
And
because he just
yeah.
was out of breath or whatever.
and
Well,
the
you think it's finally moved on now? It's The Rock, king of the.
Well, it has to be because
Yeah.
you mentioned I call it melting. Big Show does it. He does it. There was somebody else who did it, and I think it was just maybe some lighting, extra heat. It wasn't the match itself.
Right.
But dude was melting all over the place.
was.
He's the new king of the rest hold. I don't know how he's going to get through a match at WrestleMania. Because last year he was doing the same thing. He fell asleep to the STF.
Yeah, he did.
Fell asleep to was this a sleeper?
This was it was just a
Elimination
regular.
Chamber?
It was just a sleeper.
Yeah, that's it.
You had him on.
And he was down for a while too with these rest holds.
right.
I don't know
You know,
why
it's funny,
anybody
though,
would
is-
put up with it.
Is because in terms of using the rest hold, like let's say a headlock or something, with Orton I guess it kind of made sense, because what's the RKO supposed to do? Like, it's a move on the, it's supposed to impact the head, right?
Mhm.
So I guess you work on the head
Or a
then you
neck
finally
breaker,
hit
I
the-
guess.
something like that, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it kind of works. I don't know, same thing, because CM Punk was the one doing the rest hold. It wasn't The Rock holding him in a
Yeah,
headlock.
but
or anything.
Rock needed the rest.
Oh, of course. Oh, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he didn't need the rest hold. It's just, hopefully there will be much less this coming WrestleMania.
Hopefully.
That's
The
all you
match.
can do, right?
The match, Rob.
It was.
Okay.
It wasn't the worst.
Yeah.
But I mean, how many
So-
matches has he had in the last 2 years? 4?
So
Yeah, 4,
is
right?
Rock and Punk at Rumble better than this?
In my opinion, it is.
I think so. Except for that one table incident at the
Oh yeah,
Royal Rumble.
the Rock's
The
really
match was pretty
feuding with
good.
the table.
Yes.
The Royal Rumble, it sandbagged them by breaking early. This one, it sandbagged them by not breaking at all.
Yeah.
I thought the first match was good. This match was a little slow and a lot of wrestles.
I think that
Well, would you put this...
I guess the Royal Rumble one would have been the better match.
Yeah.
There's more action in it. Like,
Yep.
It wasn't as much rest holds as this one.
Yeah.
and the table broke.
Now, would you say that this match was still better than the WrestleMania match against John Cena?
I'll say it before, I'll say it again. I think so. I mean...
Did you say it before? Because I don't remember asking you that.
I think I mentioned it Monday.
Maybe. Okay.
I still think... Yeah, I think it's better.
Alright.
Just because it was just so boring. It was. And it was... You thought it was predictable.
This one had a good finish, though.
No, it did.
This one,
It did.
although the match itself was very slow, had rest holds, the last, let's say, 5 minutes of the match.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
You know, because they got
and if that's what the rest holds were for, then okay,
oh, that's fine.
I got it. It's because like the rest holds in WrestleMania 28 served no purpose because the whole match was slow. Nothing fast paced happened until Rock, getting up from the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Here's my thing: can people really do another Rock and Cena 2?
Yes.
I can't.
First Rock and Cena. 2.
I think the real question is, can people do a Rock Cena 3?
It's gonna look.
Stop it!
Look,
Don't say that.
It's gonna happen.
I hope it happens.
The Rock's already slated for WrestleMania 30.
Yeah, but Paul Heyman already slated that.
That doesn't mean anything. A Twitter message or whatever doesn't mean anything.
You know what? I think it's gonna be Brock Lesnar.
A tweet doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does.
No,
It's
it
a
doesn't.
lot.
Because he said that him and Punk weren't gonna be a thing.
It's a good possibility still. Why do you think? I think they
It's
held
almost like the opposite.
And Jericho, how he always lies on his
It's
Twitter.
ridiculous. Ridiculous. Anyway.
You need to stop believing everything you read on the internet, John.
Well, here's my take. Why would he want the match to be next week?
Well, of course, that's going to be... because Brock
What,
Lesnar is supposed to
Lesnar's
return next week. Well, we were discussing
Wait,
WrestleMania 30.
Punk Cena?
Punk Cena's taking place
Next week?
Next
It
week.
could have been this
I'm
week.
telling you why they're gonna do it. It's not for Brock Lesnar. It's because they have nothing to do. They have
For next
7. They have 7 weeks, counting this past Monday,
Yeah, but why
to
have
stretch
it?
till Mania.
Why have it on a night where everyone knows Brock Lesnar is going to be there?
I don't know that. I can't see the future.
Just saying.
I'm just waiting to see Paul Heyman being associated with Brock Lesnar and CM Punk at the same time.
See?
That's what I'm. That's
Tag
what I'm
team
waiting for.
champions?
Yes, that's what this is all. This
Yes,
entire build-up
that
is because CM Punk and Brock Lesnar want to be the tag team champions.
Or it could be a build-up for Punk versus Brock.
I would.
You know,
I wouldn't mind that.
You
I
don't
said.
know.
I actually said that.
That's
I
that's
wouldn't
actually
mind it. You did.
yeah. I
You did.
said that yesterday. I think. I mean, why not?
It works, you know. Who
Although I
knows?
wonder how. I mean, again, I know I sometimes say that CM Punk is a skinny guy, but I mean, I would like to see how that comes across on screen. CM Punk. I would assume CM Punk has to be the face in that. He's got to get dominated by Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
You know,
In a way.
nobody's gonna buy a face Lesnar struggling against CM Punk
No.
Mm-hmm.
for what 10 minutes.
Yep.
Not gonna. That's gonna look silly.
It would.
So.
It would. We had SmackDown last night. Out. You want to any take on Raw?
You know what's funny is, I've said this on here too. Is I could watch any show, and I can't remember anything that happens. But I would like to say you mentioned AJ on Monday's show in regards to Elimination Chamber about her shorts. I wish they would get shorter. You were about to say, can they get shorter? I hope so.
First you had Mark Henry.
Right back to Raw.
Mark Henry versus Sin Cara.
You were saying that you like the
Yeah, I
green.
like the green.
I don't hate the green. I think it's it works well enough.
What do you think of the match?
What could I think of it?
Yeah,
Yes.
true. It's Mark Henry.
Mark Henry squash match.
no
One of the many.
No DQ. Oh, dude, what'd you think of Henry mocking Khali?
I loved it.
I have to see.
I
this.
watched it like 2 or 3 times. Like, and somebody's like this. It was hilarious.
Give me a minute. I gotta see it. I wanna check that out.
Oh,
You gotta
boy.
see it. It's
Because
the
I haven't
best.
seen it yet. I'll give you back Clash
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Clans afterwards.
Well, don't have.
Ah,
But,
yeah. Next we got
It was great. I watched it twice.
I was laughing. I was like, what's Henry doing?
Because I do. But from that point to whatever I could have missed, he's just walking back.
Right.
Nothing's gonna happen. So I'm gonna rewind. Hilarious. It was so.
Next we got The Miz versus Antonio Cesaro.
In a no DQ. Another relatively good match. I don't know what they're gonna do from here with either wrestler.
I don't understand why they're continuing this.
They're just putting them together because they have nothing else to do, but they want them both on TV. And Miz as a face isn't getting the reaction that he was when he was a heel. I'll give Miz credit. Like, you guys tell him to go home, Miz. Go heel.
Go heel.
Go heel, Miz.
Yeah.
Or change your name back to Mike Mizanin.
Yep. That's it.
The little things that I have against certain things, it's just me personally. The Miz is his evil alter ego. That means he needs to always be evil. If he's going to be a face, Mike Mizanin, everyone knows his name already anyway.
Yep. Next we get the Zeb Coulter YouTube.
Yes, We the People Zeb.
We the People.
You kept saying
Zeb.
it's We the People, but it's We the People Zeb.
I made a mistake,
YouTube.com/ or / whichever one that is. We the People Zeb. What was it? It was just a promo, right?
Yeah, it was just a promo. What'd you think of it?
I don't know how they're gonna stretch Zeb Coulter talking for the next 6 weeks.
I know.
Because we know Jack Swagger still can't cut a promo.
No.
He's been saying the same things over and over again, which means he can memorize what he's supposed to say, but cutting a promo on the fly,
you think he'll
he'll swagger again.
You think so?
He
Swagger
will.
right on the
will.
spot.
He's good at saying the same things over and over, which is fine. But how well is that going to go over for 6 weeks?
You got a point. Next we get a backstage segment with Kane and Bryan. Yes. Like it. Not like it.
I don't necessarily want them to break up as a tag team. But if they're going to do it, they should just do it.
Yeah.
Because they made it seem like they were at 100%, they were cohesive, and the very next week,
they hated each other
again. And I wouldn't mind it ending before WrestleMania and getting them to have a match.
Okay.
Because I'd still like to see because if they're going to have a match against each other at Mania with the titles, that means those titles aren't being defended at Mania.
No.
And I would rather see the titles defended than them face each other.
You're right.
If they can lose the titles beforehand, 6 weeks, lose them, get a rematch, lose the rematch, then face each other, fine.
Alright.
Because Monsters of Funk can go up against... Have a gauntlet match at Mania. And
do something.
Have a gauntlet match, Monsters of Funk versus... we have tag teams in the WWE.
Oh, yeah.
Just go up against all of them. One after another.
Oh, you're right.
And then if you don't even want them to have the titles, you could drop it. That's the best part of a gauntlet.
Well, they should drop. I think they should drop them to the primetime players.
Yes. Well, no. Titus O'Neil needs to go to the main event by himself. Why are you telling me to stop?
I'm ignoring this.
Well, yes, that's why
and then
Jesse
you could
Gabriel beat him
right there.
I'm watching Mark Henry do the great Khali dance, and it's amazing. Clearly, that has set the stage for WrestleMania 29.
But that's another thing I don't understand. Why come out if maybe his thing with Orton's done?
I guess
probably because I mean
I don't know what they're going to build in
unless something happens between the two on SmackDown. I don't see why they would continue it.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, what do you think of Orton calling Kane Barney the Dinosaur?
Yeah. I don't. It looks like Orton's put on some weight, but in the ring, it's not like he's fat or anything. Just in his face, he looks like
maybe
he should be getting out of shape or getting older or something. But he looks different.
After that, we got the Vicky Guerrero backstage segment.
Oh, with Paul Heyman?
Yeah.
Like for 10 seconds?
Yeah.
I like that Paul Heyman doesn't like her.
I love
In character, he just doesn't like anybody.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
That seems like the type of person he is in real life. And it's good that they let him play to his strength.
Yeah. After that, we had Ziggler versus Del Rio. I liked this match a lot. Rob?
It was good. But that's not really saying anything because
I know.
They both put on good matches.
They also
just
teased Ziggler again.
Big Show away.
They teased Ziggler from
What the hell?
I did like Ricardo stealing the Money in the Bank.
And then dropping it because he couldn't run fast enough.
Hey,
that's fine. You had to bring the briefcase back. Obviously,
Biggie
you're gonna
Langston's-
ditch it if Biggie's coming at you.
Biggie's
With his
pretty quick
Biggie-
for
Biggie butt cheeks and boobies, right?
Yes.
When he pulled the straps down.
Yeah.
He's pretty quick for a big guy.
The thing is, he's not that big.
I know.
They're building him as a big guy,
Yeah.
but he's 5'10".
And that's it.
Right. He's just a really
He just looks
really thick
stocky
guy.
because of how short he is.
I loved
Yeah.
it. That whole
Which is
whole
why you
thing.
won't see him in a match against John Cena.
Yeah.
With those attacks a couple months ago, he
Just
did his thing and then got
they just
out.
evaporated.
Yeah.
Now
Good-
they don't care
Big E
about
was
John
smart.
Cena.
Big E
No.
was smart because he knew John Cena would bury him.
No, because if you have them next to each other, people are gonna see the difference.
I know,
And John Cena's gonna be bigger than him.
but still,
That's it.
See, Big E was smart.
See, if you're playing this not as a smart like we are, okay, he was smart to get out. But if you look at it from the business
No,
or
yes.
backstage point of view, keep him away. Keep him away from Sheamus.
Ryback.
Because by weight, their build weight, Biggie's bigger than Roman Reigns. You put them next to each other,
Yeah, yeah.
Roman Reigns is gonna look bigger.
Okay, you're right. No, you're right. Next we have the tag team match with Naomi, Tensai, and Clay versus Rose Menendez.
I knew it. I was
Promo.
waiting to see which Funkadactyl it was gonna be, and I knew it was gonna be Naomi, and I'm not displeased with it.
Okay. Yeah, they're definitely
I
acknowledging
was
the way-
more hypnotized by Rose.
I know. I listened to that, but I meant in ring.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I
You're
meant
right.
in ring the wrestling portion.
Oh yeah, Tensai doing the shovel again. I loved it.
Did you notice that Tensai didn't do the shovel that Brodus Clay was doing?
Yeah,
it?
I know that he did the.
Tensai was doing like this.
He was
That
doing the.
weird
He was
little-
doing the sprinkler.
What are they gonna do with this guy?
I don't know,
push,
but
They
push
need
him
to
to the
just-
moon.
Yeah, they gotta do
future
something.
tag team champions, as I see it.
They should be. Why not?
Let me ask you something. I wanted to bring this up.
Yeah.
Why in blue hell did Sheamus show up on Barrett's promo?
I don't know. I want that answered myself because
It was so out of the blue.
I agree.
That's like if Rock's cutting a promo and all of a sudden Epico shows up on stage.
Or like if John Cena is in the ring and Carlito shows up.
Exactly. This doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I didn't get that. That's a big
I don't
question mark.
understand that either. I can't answer that because what is interesting though is that he pointed out that Barrett has no lines in the movie.
Is that the case?
Well, I don't know if that is because I haven't seen it, but he pointed out that he's got no lines in the movie. And if that's true, I'm not going to see the movie.
Yeah. Why would you see it? Why would you want to see Barrett not talk?
Yeah.
His accent is what makes everybody want to
Barrett.
hear him.
I mean, I thought that might have been the case because in no trailer is he present.
I've noticed
He's in
that
it
too,
for a
yeah.
second. And I remember one of the trailers they showed at a pay-per-view had him for more than like a second and a half with him in a suit or whatever, I guess, looking for Colin Farrell. But in the last one they showed, split second.
Yeah.
Like if you blink, you missed it.
Wow.
And I blinked.
Oh well. Anyway, we get the State of the Union address. I thought it was great. Rob,
I don't remember what that was.
Zeb Coulter, and Jack
Didn't we
Swagger.
talk about that already?
Well, no, that was the YouTube thing,
No, they play. It's
the immigration thing.
I looked it up right when it happened.
Did
I
you?
wanted to see what other videos it was, and it was just
And it already has
The things-
1,800 subscribers too.
It was
And
just
probably
whatever-
more now.
it was just the segments that they were on already. So it's another WWE account.
Yep.
Just
That's all it
re-uploading their videos,
Pretty much.
just like anything on like Facebook. If you like any of the
but
wrestlers,
you noticed, Jack Swagger had
Swag.
3 lines in it. It was "We the people." That's all he said
That's all he needs.
No, he said it 3 times.
3 times.
We the people, we the people, we the people.
Next, we got Brian and Jack Swagger. I really like this match. Rob. Good God. Never mind.
Brian and Swagger.
Yeah.
Oh, they did have a good match though. I don't like that. I don't
He's
like.
in another world.
I don't like the main event.
Oh, I know.
Not the segment. I'm talking about the match main event.
The Kane Randy Orton?
Yeah, good match.
But why is it the main event? Right?
No, why is Daniel Bryan keep screwing Kane?
Yeah, that,
other
that
than they're
didn't make
gonna have
sense
a
to
match.
me either. It really
But
didn't.
it wasn't like he laughed.
Right, he just
Like
showed
how
up.
he did on previous weeks where he totally screwed him and he enjoyed it.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I don't understand why even come out. Like,
He
is
had
it?
he had a pouty face after this one.
I think it's to show that they're really friends, and he came out to support him, and that his distraction cost him the match.
Okay.
And that being the case, I just don't understand why they would break them up.
Yeah, I think
Like, it's a big misunderstanding. Kane's smart enough to watch the tapes again and see that there was no malice behind him coming out.
Right.
Next, you had the Rock celebration.
Oh,
I think you had Ryback, Sheamus, and Jericho versus the Shield.
Well, we talked about that too. We talked about the spot happening
What did you
twice.
think of the Rock celebration?
You guys were ripping on the IWC
Yes.
and the Smark community also about how nobody likes the belt.
And we stand by our assessment. Well, I at least stand by mine. So.
I don't like the belt either.
Mm-hmm.
At least at first. And I saw the picture that you had also mentioned about the
title without the Brahma Bulls.
I didn't see that one. I saw the prototype looking one, and with the color, you can't tell if there's a plate, if it's a full plate, or if it's like
Right.
the one that we have now.
The one that's hollowed out, and you could see the leather in the back.
Yeah, I don't. The reason why I didn't like it wasn't because it's The Rock. It's because I felt like there needs to be more plate.
More plate.
More of the gold plating.
Okay.
And with what you said about people comparing it to the NXT belts, the plainness of it, it's almost like in spots there's not enough gold or too much gold,
Right.
with contrast of the shadowing that they have for the logo of NXT.
Right.
And with The Rock's new belt, or the new WWE belt, I just don't like... Is that how it looks?
This is
It seemed like it looked different on Raw than in the other picture.
No, that's it. And they're selling it online. It's $450.
Which isn't crazy. You seem like it was crazy,
Right.
but their old belts have
It's at
sold
least
for the same
at most
amount.
it's 100 more than any of the other belts.
Well, it's because it's new. It just came out.
Exactly. So I mean, in a few years, it will definitely go down to
To 350?
yeah, the usual 350. Yeah.
Well, I don't hate that, now that I'm looking at it.
And that's a consensus I'm getting from quite a few people. Surprisingly, the side plates seem to make a big difference.
Yeah.
Because the Brahma Bulls on the side, again,
Makes it very specific
less
to
gold.
him.
It's less gold because they're still a bit hollowed out. Whereas if you look at the replica belt on the WWE.shop.com website, there is much more gold on the side plates, and might actually balance out what you were saying.
Yeah.
Although I would like to see it in person.
Yeah.
Like that. It is interesting, and
It does look better now that I'm seeing it.
and what do you think about the
The
fact that
replica
there
belt.
seems to be no nameplate anymore?
I mean, you can add it maybe down there,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess depending on how long the person's name is,
Yeah.
I guess they're just going to do away with it. I guess it really doesn't matter.
It really didn't. It really didn't.
At this point, you don't need the nameplate.
Because they brought it in with the Undisputed, right? Or was that with the World Heavyweight? I think it was with the
With the
World
nameplates?
Yeah, when they brought the World...
Well, I think it might have been the World Heavyweight because it was just so big that
Yeah.
you had the space for it. That's still my favorite. Like that. See, it looks like it's all gold.
Yeah.
That,
And
I
it
don't
seems
mind.
like the standard now is to have all those jewels and...
Yeah, I don't like that necessarily, but it goes along better with their logo.
Yeah.
It being white with the jewels and the red. I don't know if it's just red or if it's a ruby or something.
It's
But
not... It's... the
it's just
rubies
red?
are the red in it. So... Like, it's like this. It's not... It's just...
Alright, yeah.
Again, it's done in all rubies
Yeah.
or whatever that is. And you said that it actually cost how much to make?
No, you were saying that it costs.
The replica title belt costs $450.
Well, you were saying the real one.
Yeah, the real one, John. How much did it cost to make the belt?
$50,000.
I refuse to believe that number.
I
If you're selling the replica belts, which are pretty much the same ones, they're the exact same ones because they don't just. You know how when they had those satellite things with The Rock and he had all the belts in the showcase
yeah
in his cabinet. When
Well,
you're a
remember-
champion in the WWE, they don't just give you belts.
yeah
You can choose to buy the belts, and they're all the replica belts. So there's no way the real one costs $50,000, and they're gonna be lugging it
remember, that
around
could
all the
be-
time, hitting somebody with it,
yeah.
and then them selling the replica for a fraction of that money. They cost the same.
They do.
There's no way that.
I do
costs
wonder why
$50,000.
that's so.
I think
such
that's
big a
just a number thrown out.
Unless the replica belts
To
don't
fool
use
people.
the real
Well, I was thinking it might be
jewels or
not.
diamonds.
That's what I was thinking.
Because the real title belt might
But again,
have
do you
genuine.
think they would really use those when they're going to be smacking people with it,
I figure
carrying it around everywhere?
what they might be doing is they might be
make the
two
real
different
one,
belts.
and then they just bring around the replica.
Right. Maybe what they're doing here is the one that was on Raw this past Monday is the one that actually costs $50,000 with all the with real diamonds, real rubies or whatever, and the one they're going to use afterwards from here on out will probably be a replica that doesn't have those real stuff on them.
Well, when you say it like that, that makes sense.
I mean, that's what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
That's what I would imagine they would do. Because you remember, look, we're not idiots. The spinner belt at some point stopped spinning because it wasn't a spinner belt anymore.
Yeah. I think, they had Miz stopped it.
Yeah.
When he made it the M instead of the W.
Right.
Punk stopped it because it was silly, and
He
just
said
put
that
the bolts in
specifically?
it. Well, I'm pretty sure he said it was something like that.
All
There's
right.
no reason for it to be a spinner belt, which is the complaint a lot of people have had, that
Right.
it doesn't need to be a toy.
And it just happened to start spinning again when the
I
Rock
think,
when the Rock pointed out that it should never spin.
That should never spin.
I think that's the only reason they took the bolts out or whatever they do with it.
Yeah.
Was so Rock could have a point.
Well, like I said, I mean, the main point is that the belt finally is changed. That's good, I guess. So I guess we'll move on to SmackDown
Move
now,
on to
right?
SmackDown.
SmackDown spoilers.
Yay! So JBL and Josh Matthews are out on commentary. No Michael Cole, thank God.
That's not nice.
That's not.
Wait,
nice.
why
Well, here's
wasn't
the
he
thing.
there?
I think Michael Cole is really a Raw guy, and they should have another commentary for SmackDown.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't
If
mind
you're gonna do
having
the
two-
split,
yeah.
if you're gonna do the
Who's
split,
doing it with Josh Matthews?
JBL.
JBL, okay.
Keep
Alright.
it like
I don't,
that.
yeah, I
That's
don't
fine.
mind that. Yeah.
That's fine.
Keep it like that. JBL's
What
amazing.
they should also do is make a legit brand split, and just maybe have the tag titles
Yeah,
being a unified type of thing.
that's fine.
Even though I don't like that either. I like them being two belts. Give so much more people to do.
the show.
You don't have all this chaos with SmackDown guys on Raw, Raw guys on SmackDown. Then you're like, who's like? Oh, why wasn't Randy there? Well, he's a SmackDown guy, so he shouldn't be there anyway.
That's the Intercontinental title I want. The white one.
See, that's 400.
Yeah, we're
It's not
just
that-
checking out
that
the
off,
prices.
It's not that crazy.
We're checking out the prices for the replica belts.
There's no reason for that.
Yeah, the Divas title being $350.
I wonder why that
Nice.
is so low. You think that maybe they're gonna change it?
I hope not.
I think they might,
I
because
do like the classic
that's
look of the World Heavyweight Championship,
really low.
and it's only $160.
And look at that.
Yeah.
Not that big difference.
Yeah.
$20.
You're right. You're right. It's not that big a difference when you
Even
you
These
compare it with the
prices
others.
have gone up, I think, from the last time I looked at them.
Yeah. They still have the. Boy, that rated R superstar belt is terrible too.
There's no reason it should be that much money still.
I wonder if it comes with the nameplate though.
Oh,
You
I'm
can
sure
buy
it
nameplates.
Does it actually say Edge?
You can buy nameplates
You can buy
separately.
nameplates and have them put your name in it.
Ooh.
Yeah, see right here, and they're like $20.
Oh, that's not too bad.
So.
Back. Oh wait, are you still talking? Are we talking about titles still?
No,
Let me
we're
tell you.
done.
Let me tell you. Those tag titles are ugly.
I don't hate them.
I don't like.
I don't know
like
what everyone's problem is.
They're very polarizing. Polarizing
Yeah.
in the sense that you either
Yeah.
really like them or you just
No one's
really
just
hate 'em.
about it.
Right.
People have an opinion on them,
I know.
regardless
Yuck.
of what the opinion is.
I like the old ones better. Nah, if
You
wanna go
would
to
like
zoo,
the old
I-
ones better.
I do.
You
I do.
would.
I'm just looking at the old spinner belts.
Yuck.
Good riddance.
Hall of Fame.
Go
Or
away ever.
Yeah, well, you put it out.
Forever.
At least he said
Put it in the Hall
put it
of
in the
Fame.
Hall of Fame.
I like if
You
you
should have
do
said
it-
put it in the trash.
Well, that's what
Put it in
But
the
they
trash.
don't like doing that, though.
they always do that though.
And
They
blow it
always-
up, right?
Yep.
JBL blew up John Cena's spinning U.S. title.
Yes. Oh, that was funny.
But it was a
remember
U.S.
that.
title. There's a difference.
And I wanted him to blow up this one too. Look,
It would've been
see,
nice.
that's what I'm talking about. Look how that eagle is crammed up on the top.
Didn't even know it was there.
Yes, all these years, and he didn't even notice the eagle was just crammed there. Sad. That's just so sad.
At
Sad.
least now it's
Eagles
just,
are proud animals, and this one is just crammed to the top because they have to have room for the freaking spinning WWE. Well, W.
yeah, right. We get the show. The show opens with highlights from the Elimination Chamber and Raw.
I still one more thing though. When The Rock said that this title was introduced 8 years ago, I just realized
How long ago?
how
that
long
was?
ago that was. It feels like just yesterday I was watching the Smackdown where John Cena brought
Yeah.
it out.
It's crazy, right?
I
Crazy.
can't believe it.
Crazy.
Crazy. Ricardo Rodriguez and Alberto Del Rio come to the ring. Del Rio talks about Jack Swagger's new attitude. Del Rio says this country was built by immigrants. Del Rio calls Swagger out, but Randy Orton appears instead. Weird. Orton enters the ring and says his opportunity was taken by Swagger. Orton wants a match with Swagger tonight. Booker T comes out and announces Wade Barrett versus Del Rio, Swagger versus Orton for tonight. Where does Wade Barrett come into play?
I don't know what's going. I don't know
What's
on
going on?
Now they're just trying to waste time between now and WrestleMania.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Sandow versus Sheamus is up next. Sheamus gets the win after a lengthy match using the bro kick. Yay. Oksana and Tamina versus Caitlyn and Layla is up next. Caitlyn spears Tamina for the win. Yay.
Yay.
So a rematch from Elimination Chamber.
Pretty much.
I wonder how long this one went.
Just add Caitlyn and Layla and Oksana to it.
Yeah.
Backstage segment with.
But I want to point out that, like, last week's show, or the spoilers we read about the main event being Jericho and Big Show, it made it seem like it was a good match, a long, good match, but I think it lasted like 3 or 4 minutes.
I pointed out that it was basically what.
Oh, way back Wednesday.
It was. I pointed out that it actually wasn't that. It wasn't that long a match.
It wasn't.
In our review of SmackDown on Saturday, I pointed out.
Yeah.
This basically just was a job for Jericho.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah,
one. Yet
that's
another
it.
But I
one.
was saying,
Another.
the spoilers, like I'd say, don't believe everything you read, made it seem like it was a legit long,
No.
maybe pay-per-view worthy match, I felt.
Maybe what happened was possibly it could have been longer in live, but then they
Maybe.
edited it to
Or-
be
but-
shorter.
Or, like I was saying, it's the perspective of the writer.
Right.
Maybe they felt like it was a really good match. It felt long. Maybe it was just boring.
Probably.
So it seemed longer than it was.
Next, we get a backstage segment with Zeb Coulter, Jack Swagger, and Wade Barrett. Zeb says Barrett is part of the problem. Zeb hopes Del Rio and Barrett kill each other. Wow.
Wow.
Wait.
Wow.
He hates everybody.
Zeb said he hopes.
Del Rio and Barrett kill each other. Wow.
Awesome.
That's
Hey,
why not?
this is officially, he's
Whoa.
not racist. He's just patriotic, I guess. In,
Well, I don't know if that's the
in the
word.
character's eyes, he would be patriotic.
Kill each other. Wow.
I am actually
Anyway.
rooting for Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger. I love them. I don't see. Zeb Coulter isn't saying anything wrong.
No, he's not. I love it.
Not
Promo-
a thing.
Promo for Dead Man Down. Backstage segment with Sheamus and Wade Barrett.
Bora.
Sheamus picks on Barrett's acting, and Barrett picks on Sheamus for losing to the Shield.
Okay, so I guess we're getting a random.
Yeah,
thing.
we're getting a random. What happened to Bo Dallas?
Who cares?
This is
This is
Who
ridiculous.
cares is the real question, and the answer is nobody.
The Miz versus Cody Rhodes is up next. Sorry. Miz wins with a figure 4. Another immigration promo.
The spoilers I read said that it seems like Miz is finally getting the figure 4 down.
Hooray.
Congrats, Miz! You're close to doing something right for the first time.
Yay!
Another immigration promo from Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter.
Oh, really? They have 6 weeks. They could.
Yeah.
They could.
Really? They're
They
doing
could
another
stretch
one.
it out.
Another
They're gonna waste it all on the 2-hour SmackDown.
another promo for Fan Bang. Gold.
When is this guy?
You know what
gonna
they gotta
debut?
do? You know what they
Is
gotta
the
do,
question
actually?
I keep hearing.
Here's what I think they got to do. You told me that in NXT there was a storyline with either Hunico or Camacho being stuck in Mexico, right?
Hunico.
All right.
He actually has a torn ACL,
Okay.
so that's why he's been off.
Zeb Coulter needs to deport Ricardo Rodriguez.
What?
Just put that in part of the storyline. Have Ricardo Rodriguez deported.
This makes no sense.
No, it
But I
does
would've-
because the whole thing this is all about immigration apparently. It's about how everything's changing. Ricardo Rodriguez hardly ever speaks English. This could offend Zeb Coulter, and you could just get
But
rid
he
of
can always
Ricardo.
come back as that other guy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, nobody knows. What's
Oh
going
my
on.
god. Anyway.
I'm sure maybe he has a masked friend that could avenge him at some
Yeah,
point.
that guy. I heard
Maybe
he's pretty
he
good.
has. Maybe he can be. Maybe he's legal. But I mean, it would be pretty funny if they came out with a storyline where
It would.
Ricardo Rodriguez is actually an illegal immigrant, and Zeb Coulter capitalizes on this.
Alberto Del Rio versus Wade Barrett is up next.
Well, come on, it's
That'd be
original.
funny. No,
Swagger and Zeb come out and watch the match from the stage. Barrett dominates most of the match, but Del Rio gets the win by submission. Swagger and Zeb approach the ring. Swagger and Del Rio have a stare down and Smackdown.
Gotta love those stare downs.
Gotta love those
Hey,
stare downs.
I always wonder
It
how.
is very important.
You know what needs to happen is that whenever there's a stare down, they need to stay in the stare down until everyone leaves the ring.
That's what I'm starting to. How does those stare downs end? Like when SmackDown ends, you see the guy. I guess when the guy like gives the cut signal. Or
That's what they have. Staring contest. It's a staring contest.
when do we stop staring at each other?
When everyone leaves the arena, then we can go home.
I don't think
No,
people
no
will
dark
leave.
match.
And at no
dark
point-
match.
No
At
dark
all
match.
before that.
No dark match.
No dark match.
Nope. It's just the staring. The staring contest is the dark match.
It
Weird.
seems like an okay SmackDown. As
Does
of-
it though?
They're really throwing stuff together now, which is a little ridiculous. Like Sheamus and Wade Barrett,
Oh,
that
like, where
just
did that
thrown
even-
out of the blue.
But just because they both happen to have accents, and they both seem to be foreigners who like to fight, I guess just put them together. I don't know. There are some things that are going on that seem to be that could potentially lead into WrestleMania. The Mark Henry Great Khali might be a match. God help us if that's the case.
Oh God.
But I figure they could add somebody else to that. What else is going on here?
You know what's horrible? They have 6 weeks, almost 7 to 6 weeks to get stuff right, and now it looks like they're throwing stuff together.
Yeah, it's like the only storyline they have besides Cena Rock that is ready for WrestleMania is Kane Daniel Bryan. If that's the route.
And
they
Del
want.
Rio and Jack Swagger.
Yeah, well, that just took place at Elimination Chamber.
So what? Like I said,
Other than those two matches, there hasn't really been a storyline that's been that long that has been developing for Elimination Chamber that could lead into WrestleMania.
Excuse me.
So if they're gonna start now. And
I
I
know.
guess, the beginning of the Sheamus Wade Barrett storyline is that Sheamus doesn't like Wade Barrett's movies.
Oh,
It's a good reason though.
It's a good
It's-
reason.
it's a great reason.
It's a good.
It's trying to make me
reason.
watch The Condemned.
Yeah, the Condemned.
Throw it back.
Was The Condemned really that bad a movie?
I didn't hate it.
You
I thought it
hate
was
it?
alright. No.
John, did you see it?
No, thank God.
What? John's talking out of his butt.
He's talking out of his butt.
He's talking out of his
I
butt.
would like to. I probably will check it out at some point.
That was really, it really wasn't a bad movie.
Actually, I bet I won't.
That's a lie. I'm lying.
I won't.
No, it really wasn't a bad movie. I don't know.
Okay. Well, Santino thought it was a bad movie.
Well, that's because it's a wrestling movie.
He
Like a wrestler's starring and it's gonna be bad.
Stone Cold tried to give him a copy, and he just threw it on the floor.
Dude, what's interesting is that's not the only WWE movie coming out. I mean, I don't want to say it's a WWE movie, but productions or whatever studios, because they have The Call with Halle Berry.
And who is
Didn't
that?
know. I didn't know it was WWE.
Yeah, I saw. I did see the.
Yeah,
I
they
saw
had
a
a
preview
commercial.
for that.
Yeah.
But I don't see any WWE superstar in it.
No.
I guess they're just gonna have a cameo.
Maybe. I mean, they have a studio, so they don't need a wrestler in it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just another way for them to make money.
Right.
Which, hey, I'm not gonna hate on them for it, but if they have the money now, maybe they should have a better product.
Well, we'll see. Okay. Well, here's.
That's all I'm saying.
Here's the deal.
That's all this viewer is saying.
I am on WWE.com right now, and a few things caught my eye. Before I get into something else that I just saw, yesterday I saw a video on WWE.com that was basically an ode, like a tribute, to the spinner title belt.
Oh God.
Why?
Because it's going
Why?
away, everybody's gonna miss it.
No one's gonna miss it.
Well, especially not me.
Nobody.
But they had a highlight video.
Uh-huh.
And I'm figuring, okay, well, this is going to be big title moments with the championship belt. And I say to
You
myself,
thought wrong.
well, even that's going to be garbage because that has nothing to do with the title itself. It's just title moments.
Right.
That's not even what it was. What it was
I'm ready.
just the introduction of the title.
Nice.
And apparently that was the only highlight. And I
That's all you
agree.
need. That's all you need.
Because that's the only highlight. What else is there? Yeah, oh,
Not
no,
really.
there is another highlight. I believe it was when it was either Edge or Lita. I think it was Lita who threw it into the ocean.
That was
And that's
kinda fun.
that's when they introduced the rated R spinner belt,
Yes.
which
Mhm.
was just as bad actually.
Because it was the same thing.
They're the same thing.
The same belt.
Maybe you know her, Rob. Diva Rosa.
Are you saying it right?
Her name's Rosa. Divina Rosa.
See, now that's a different word.
Davina Rose.
Davina
Is that who
Rose.
you're talking about?
Davina and Diva.
Davina Rose.
Davina
She's in
Rosa.
NXT. I don't know. I don't really know.
Well, her name is Bailey now.
You're just telling me about how they changed someone's name, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So-
I just want to have you watched her.
She hasn't had a match.
Debuted yet?
No.
Okay,
Who is this Davina Rose?
She's some diva.
that's it.
That's all I got.
All right.
That's all I got.
Well,
She
Rosa.
wasn't.
It's not Rose.
She wasn't
I
on.
said Rose.
No, it's Rosa.
She wasn't.
Do you want to bet?
It's
Sure.
Rose.
I'll bet
Alright.
you. I'll bet you a donut.
All right, let's bet a donut here. It's Davina Rose.
It's Davina Rosa.
Let's
I'm
see
pretty
what we
sure
got
it's
here.
Rose.
Rosa.
Rose.
Davina Rosa.
This one's in quotes though.
This one's over here.
This is the name she's going to be using in WWE, so I win.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
Well, no, they changed it to Bailey, so it doesn't matter
I
at
guess we
all.
both-
We both lose then.
All right.
So I get a donut. Yay, Robert!
Hey, no, you didn't enter the bet.
No, but I didn't lose either.
Also, apparently,
'Cause I don't have the money to just give people donuts.
apparently
Just give
the
you a donut.
Here we go. WWE does the Harlem Shake.
Ridiculous.
See, I don't know who that is.
That's clearly Sin Cara.
That's it looks
Sin
like-
Cara doesn't have that
No,
mask.
I know you're
Probably
right.
not. No, it's probably not Sin Cara. I was just being.
I was
confused.
thinking maybe Hunico or something, but I don't know who that is.
Who is that? Titus O'Neil?
Yes,
that?
it's Titus O'Neil.
None of this is clear though.
This
When you
is
see
very.
if you see the video, it's not
a
very clear.
strange.
That you know who that?
Oksana?
You think it's a woman,
Is that?
but it's Ho Dallas.
It's Ho Dallas. Oh,
Yes.
goodness.
That's oh yeah. Oh.
I did say at one point.
We have
that
to
he
see
looks-
It's Tony Chimmel, I think.
I know.
That's the hand.
The hand, I noticed the hand.
Yes.
Ricardo
And there's-
Rodriguez.
See, that's why it's Ricardo, Matt
There's
Stryker.
Matt Stryker, yeah.
It's Tony Dawson from NXT.
Again,
commentator
I don't know
apparently
why
nobody
the
likes.
WWE had to go into this.
I don't know who that is though.
I don't get it.
Couldn't figure it out.
We may have a. I don't have the sound on.
It's too
but,
grainy. It
you may-
doesn't need sound. There's no words. Just
No, I know.
people dancing.
Oh, that's it.
I don't understand it. I don't know what this Harlem Shake is.
No.
Me neither. I'm not watching it.
So
Okay.
I don't know.
So the dancing.
As long as it gets rid of Gangnam Style. I'm
Who
good.
is this guy?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who's who? What guy?
Apparently,
Him.
there's a masked wrestler.
Yeah, I don't know. If
Who's dancing
anybody knows
around.
who it is.
I don't.
I
know.
I certainly want to know who it is. I don't know.
So
I
we
can't
have,
tell from the video.
Oh, yeah.
So, according to WWE's top 25,
Mhm.
Power 25, Justin Gabriel,
JG
JG.
number 23.
number 23. I saw it this morning.
That's
Very happy.
He's one spot behind Chris Jericho.
Very happy with this.
I don't understand how Jericho's even on the list, considering he never wins.
I don't know either.
So, doesn't make any sense.
So I noticed in this video, the Harlem Shake edition or WWE edition, they don't show the hands. You know who's playing the hand,
It doesn't matter.
which is kind of funny.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. So why would they show it?
This
know what I
is-
mean?
This is ridiculous.
Did we finish covering SmackDown?
Yes, we did.
Wow.
SmackDown is done.
SmackDown seems to be very forgettable.
I assume
But again,
it'll be
I'm not going to judge it based on the spoilers, because I have said before, I'll read the spoiler, I'll say it looks like garbage, I'll
And then
watch
watch
it,
it.
and it's not bad.
You can't go by what the spoilers say.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Not go by
Um,
what the spoilers say.
I see Wade Barrett's 15, Mark Henry 14,
Yeah.
the Jizz
This
13.
You know, you guys were saying how this show's PG, but John keeps saying jizz, and you can't
I
say
don't
that.
think kids know what jizz means though.
know,
Also,
because
jizz isn't necessarily bleeped on
Yes.
on television.
Really?
It's not. I don't
What
think
are you
so.
talking
Who's
about?
number one, by the way? in
Who's
the
number
Power
one?
Rankings?
It's probably The Rock.
Why is the Shield
He is
20?
the champion.
See, I'll never understand WWE's top 25. idiotic.
sense.
It never makes any sense. Like I said,
Why would they go down if they won?
Yeah, right.
They won at Chamber.
I don't know.
Oh,
Apparently,
it's
this
from the
is
16th.
this is from.
They better
before
change
Friday?
that.
Uh,
They better change
at
those
this
power
point-
rankings.
They start their week off on Sunday.
Here's one thing that I was asking.
They're gonna be a top 10.
They better. They beat Team Selno. Get it? Team Selno. Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback.
I like that you guys called them the Super Friends.
That's
Super
another
Friends.
That
one.
was great.
There's a lot of.
Everyone's like Team Cena, Super Friends.
It is
Fantastic.
Super Friends. But yeah, I mean, if you beat that team, you should be catapulted to at least catapulted to at least number 2.
Mhm.
Obviously, I guess number 1 has to be The Rock.
I am starting to wonder.
But yeah, number 1 will be The Rock. It just always is.
Alberto Del Rio.
Roberto Del Rio at number 5.
You on SmackDown.
Yeah,
Doesn't count.
obviously not. Again, this is a little outdated because this took place before Elimination Chamber.
Sheamus.
I don't know why Sheamus is number 4. I guess. Well, I mean, being friends with Triple H will help you. Anything.
Yes. You're gold if you're friends with him.
I want to say this again. I've said it on here. I don't know if I've said it on here actually before. I remember when WWE had their
Rock is
fantasy
2.
roster.
So I mean, CM Punk's the one.
They had their fantasy roster,
Mhm.
and I don't know why they ever took it off.
That's
But I
inter-
had a blast.
That's
with that.
interesting. CM Punk's number 1.
Oh, this was after Punk took the title from The Rock.
Yes.
So I guess it makes sense. Get your stuff together, WWE. I mean, you're a freaking multi-billion-dollar corporation, multi-million-dollar corporation, I should say, and you can't update your power rankings on time.
Leave Joey Styles alone.
Is that who manages
I
this?
don't know. I thought he did. I'm not sure if he
Because
still
I do
does.
remember reports of Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon kind of not agreeing on what the website should be. Shane thought it should be more legit. Stephanie wanted to be more kayfabe, and I guess Stephanie won out.
It should be more kayfabe.
So I don't know.
Oh, I had another thing about was it Saturday show?
Saturday morning stand.
No. The John and show.
Oh, and King of the Smarks was on.
King of the
Yeah.
Smarks.
I don't see the problem with TNA. I don't know if I said it on here or if I was said it in conversation with you guys. It doesn't matter if how John hates them breaking the fourth wall, using insider terminology. It's TNA.
Right.
It's Impact. Sorry, it's Impact. The viewers of Impact are smarks anyway. They all know this terminology.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they use it. I understand if you hate it on WE, but it's a different product. It's a different company. There's different viewers. They show blood when they show old clips.
And fake blood.
Yeah.
And fake blood.
Yeah,
As
and
in
the towel.
TNA.
The towel.
I
The
like.
towel. I loved it.
What about what was the other one? When RVD got hit by the 2x4 with nails.
Oh yes, I remember that.
It's a different
remember
product,
that.
though.
It is.
So, different viewers, you can say different things. It doesn't matter that they're using the... It doesn't matter that your sister slammed the door.
What a bitch. Anyway.
Who are you talking? Oh, okay.
What a bitch. Anyway. We have Santino Marella has...
It's great.
Santino Marella had neck operation.
Okay.
Again?
Yeah.
It's not looking too good for him.
No. He's saying it shouldn't be too long before he's back in action.
Yeah,
He
right.
hopes. A Lucha Libre USA star accuses WWE of stealing a gimmick.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Who even watched Lucha Libre USA? I wanted to, granted, but who did?
Here's something very interesting.
Not what I'm talking about.
Well, no, not at all. I was reading some spoilers for Main Event now,
Okay.
which will be tonight.
Awesome.
Will be airing, unless it's for airing Thursday.
I
Actually, it said.
love
Maybe
these
Superstars.
results. Titus O'Neil.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. It's the Big Show. You said the Big Show beat a bunch of people.
Yes.
All right.
He takes up about half a main event.
It's just stupid because nobody wants to see the Big Show.
Go home, show.
But apparently there was a little rift between him and the Miz.
Who?
Big Show. Because
Oh,
after
nice.
Big Show beat the Usos, Brodus Clay, and Great Khali, he started drawing with the Miz. Miz got up from commentary, And look at this. Look what the spoiler says. Big pop for Miz.
I have to watch this.
I'm interested to see if that's true. Because I have to see that.
see this now.
Could it be that people are just so sick of the Big Show that they're willing to root for anyone who goes up against him?
Maybe they just played it over the loudspeakers and someone got tricked.
That's possible. That's possible. Like how you think that the Big E Langston chance...
there's no way that they were getting no... Unless it's just the one more time is just...
Because that's what you were saying during the show.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying during the show.
That's what
because
they do on NXT one more time, and it's believable for that crowd. I don't see them chanting that there.
Mhm.
Especially with how dead the crowd was the whole night.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is Southern.
It does seem random, yeah.
They are in the South. Maybe... No, it's only on Hulu. There's no way that crowd pays for Hulu to watch NXT. That was through the speakers.
Ridiculous.
That was through the speakers.
It's funny because apparently this main event is just a big...
JG.
it's a build-up for the Big Show. That's all it is.
Which is silly because
It's not the main event because Jason Gabriel and Titus O'Neil is the main event.
Right. No, well, I'm talking about the Big Show.
Oh, the Big Show's
part,
ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean...
Ridiculous.
And one of the comments says it needs more Big Show.
More Big Show! Anyway, this made Rob happy. This guy next to me.
He beat Heath Slater on Saturday Morning Slam.
Yeah. Yes. JG defeats Titus with a 450 splash. JG!
Titus must have slipped.
Titus must have
He slipped into a 450?
Yes,
He slipped, and
Into a 450.
when he fell down, JG capitalized. And
You
into
say whatever you
450.
gotta say, man.
ridiculous.
You
As
say
long as-
whatever you gotta say.
As long as Titus O'Neil barked during the match, I'm good. Alright.
Did he,
I don't know.
I wonder if, I want to
That's
see
what I'm
that.
gonna watch. That's
If
what
he
I'm gonna watch.
barked, that means he's gonna lose. You know that, right?
No, he
He
wins
barks all the
sometimes.
time.
That's what I'm talking about now.
Alright, okay.
Obviously we have managers in the WWE.
Yes, with
Do
the
we?
appearance of Zeb Coulter.
Yep.
And Ricardo
yeah,
Rodriguez.
AJ Lee, Big E. This is
Yeah, we do.
no
With
Big E.
AJ Lee. I'm talking about AJ Lee. I was like,
Oh,
yeah, we
AJ,
do.
okay. Nerd. For all those nerds out there who love her.
Really? Nerds?
Yeah! And geeks.
Geeks.
She's not
I'm not biting the head
real.
off of any
At
chickens.
one point we were saying she was not real.
You can say it all you want. Doesn't make it true.
She's not real. So, I have a list here of some managers. I want to get your take on. Marlena.
This is Goldust?
Goldust, yes.
Okay.
Of the past.
Goldust of the
correct?
past. Not
No, I mean managers also of the past?
Yes.
Okay.
One being Marlena.
I don't think I was really watching at the time.
I will give her credit. She's the only one that smoked a cigar at ringside.
Is
That
that
was
credit worthy
interesting,
though? It was a different time. People could do those things.
I know. But it was kind of
Yeah, you
interesting.
won't see
now.
that anymore.
You won't see
No.
that anymore.
But
But
who really smokes cigars anymore either?
old people.
Yeah.
Old people.
The only way
Old people.
I mean, I only remember Marlena really from
That's
when,
true. I only see old people smoking cigars
Yeah.
when I see people smoking cigars.
Or maybe like.
or Wolverine. Wolverine smokes cigars.
Well, he's old too, though.
That he's very old.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, not my. I mean, she was good at the time.
Yeah.
You know, with the goal.
I wonder what she's doing now.
Good question. Good question. Michael Hayes.
Meh.
Well, he did bring in the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they showed they didn't need him,
Yep. And that's when I think Lita went to them.
Yep.
So.
who was a far better manager.
Yep.
Did far more entertaining than Michael Hayes was, and much better to look at. So
Armando Estrada.
here we go, Armando Alejandro Estrada.
I loved him.
He was
great.
He was amazing.
I loved him.
I love that face he made.
my god.
I love that face he made whenever he was mad. Like it was hilarious. Loved it.
That's
Whatever happened with
He
that
was
guy?
what did you say?
I think he got let go, but.
Everybody listen.
Haha, to me.
To me.
That's King of the Smarks over here. He'd do the whole thing. And it'd be,
Yeah, and it would be terrible.
it'd be terrible. Anyway,
It is a shame. that
Teddy
happened.
Long.
It's funny because they actually, I think one of the reasons they separated him from Umago is because his saying his name caught on so well that the whole crowd kept in on it.
Yes, I loved it.
And there was this one video on YouTube where he was saying his name and he stopped and the crowd kept going, and he's just like, "Don't do that."
Dude, don't
He
do
didn't
that.
appreciate that.
He did not.
Well, it's like the whole
I miss him though.
I can say it, you can't say it.
Yeah, exactly.
I miss it. Teddy Long,
Was this
Mark Henry, Teddy
yes, and this was when Mark Henry wasn't the dominant guy yet, I don't believe.
Yep.
I remember at this point Teddy Long was managing Mark Henry and Jazz.
Long.
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember
they're black faction. They're
The-
that's what it was. It was
okay.
the black
They're
Was
faction.
it? They actually
they're
called
black.
that?
I don't
That's
remember what
it
the name
was
of the faction was, but
I don't know if
all
it
black.
really. I don't think it really had a name.
I think they did have a name,
I can't remember.
but I remember what was the guy he wanted to get in it?
You
he
know,
was
it's the
white.
Mac Militant.
Yeah, right.
It's that same song. He's still using that song.
Yeah, but who was that guy? I think he was that college guy who wanted to be into the faction.
Was it Christopher Nowinski?
I think it was right. He wanted to get in the faction,
And they
and the obvious thing was he was white,
White.
and they were all black.
Yep.
All right.
Stephanie McMahon,
She was a manager.
Triple H.
She was her own person.
Okay.
Whatever you say.
Whatever you say.
Dumbass.
Harvey Wippleman.
Oh, first ever Divas champion.
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think that was him in drag.
Yep. He did.
Awesome.
Yeah. I say
Awesome.
so. He was a good. I know he was with Johnny Gonzalez, if you remember that.
Oh, terrible now.
Terrible.
Terrible.
And Adam Bomb.
yes, that I do remember.
Like I said, okay. Ted DiBiase.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Loved it.
Amazing on the mic, phenomenal on commentary.
Wait, we're talking about managers?
Ted DiBiase as a
man.
manager, yeah.
He managed Sid Vicious at one point.
And he also managed
Stone Cold, right? Ringmaster? Or was that
Stone
he was
Cold.
part of the faction?
And let's not forget Imposter Undertaker, the
Yes.
fake Undertaker.
SummerSlam '94.
Yes. The it was Ted DiBiase managing fake Undertaker, and of course Paul Bearer
Yep.
doing his usual thing with the real Undertaker.
Oh,
Oh god, not again.
Slick.
You did that to yourself, Anthony.
Yeah.
I'll never mention him again. Although I have to actually mention something with him. Yeah, coincidentally, yesterday I was watching one of WWE Fan Nation's videos they post on YouTube. It was Kane versus Vader, mask versus mask match,
Okay.
which doesn't make sense because everybody knows what
What Vader
Vader
looked
looks
like?
like without the mask.
Yep.
So obviously Kane won it, and they took the mask off Vader, and Paul Bearer put it on. And he said, "It's time! It's Paul Bearer time!" It was amazing.
I've never seen that. It sounds hilarious.
I'll have to pull it up.
Oh my god,
That
that's
sounds
kind of
hilarious.
funny. Slick.
Never
Slick.
cared for him.
Yeah, same. You got that.
Nothing against him.
Yeah, I know.
Just never did anything for me.
What do we have next? Vicky Guerrero.
At number 15.
Yep.
Vicky's a really good manager.
She is. She is. And it's funny because she's one of those characters who people say, "Oh, no, we hate her because she doesn't do a good job." Yes, she is. I mean, I can tell you honestly, when I go to a house show, I went to a house show last year, and she was managing at the time, I believe it was Jack Swagger.
It was both.
It was Jack Swagger. I can't remember who was making their entrance, but she came out, introduced either Ziggler or Swagger. She by far got the most heat of the night. I could not even hear what she was saying. She was getting booed.
I know.
And that seems to be a very common trait with
The only thing that
whatever
was
she's
even
doing.
the only thing that was even audible was "excuse me," and I couldn't even hear that.
I know.
Unbelievable!
I know.
The boos for her were louder
It's
than
great.
the cheers for
I love it.
for anyone else.
I love it. Miss Elizabeth.
Okay.
You know what? I want to say she wasn't that good of a manager because most of the time she really didn't do anything.
She didn't do anything, but remember, she was
Only toward the end did she really do anything, and it was only because it was based off a storyline with her and Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. But other than that, she just stood there and like
That's
She
all,
didn't really
that's
do
all
anything.
she needed to do.
You know, she was still, you know.
She never
if you're gonna
interfered.
say she
Gorgeous.
was good looking, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
Oh
that
no,
doesn't
no, I'm
mean
saying
Because Sensational Sherry, not so gorgeous, fantastic manager.
manager. I know.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman.
He should not be this low.
Yeah,
I
really.
believe he should be
at least
definitely
top 5.
Yeah, absolutely top 5. I don't understand why
Paul
he's so
Heyman's
low.
a great manager.
Obviously, there's still
Using him
some bad blood between him
and
his
Vince
EC
McMahon.
Yeah,
Oh no, Vince McMahon.
that's the only reason he's so far down at number 12.
I mean, there is one shoot he did where I think, have you seen it?
Which one?
When Vince is in the ring and just completely goes off on him,
Yeah, I think I have
saying
seen
he
it.
buried every company.
Oh yeah, I
Which
do
he
remember
did.
that.
Which
I
he
do remember
did.
That's
There's
kayfabe.
what?
Kayfabe.
What do you mean by that?
Kayfabe.
Kayfabe.
That he wasn't really being real.
That wasn't a shoot. That was kayfabe. 'Cause everyone knew about it. Everybody knew about it. Come on. Everybody knows that happened.
Well, no.
They had a DVD release about it.
Well, no. It is upsetting.
A couple DVD
It
releases.
is upsetting that what Vince did, as in he did bury every company.
Destroyed the competition.
You know,
And you know what? I wonder if it's really that his intention was to destroy all the competition, or if it was just to get those great stars. I think that destroying those other companies was an afterthought.
It's possible because if you think about it, he could have. I mean, he couldn't. He didn't have to wait that long to buy out these companies.
Yeah.
I
I remember at one point
Or buy them out at all.
Right.
WCW was winning the war.
Mhm.
ECW was getting like you know.
Right.
it started-
ECW, I don't think was ever going to get to the level
No.
of WWE.
Never.
WCW did at one point surpass it, but then they started going down again, making stupid decisions.
Because they wanted to make Jeff Jarrett a star.
In
And what happened? Yeah, they
I
pushed
don't
it.
understand why anybody ever
Oh
liked
my
Jeff Jarrett.
God! What a horrible mistake.
I just don't get it.
The man doesn't draw, and he thinks he does. That's the funny
That's
part.
the best
What's
part.
crazy is how much money he had to start up his own company to push himself.
I know.
'Cause that's
And
what
he's
he
still
did.
horrible.
That's what he
He's
did.
still horrible.
Unbelievable.
I mean, some of it's like he could have a good match.
And even the fans of that company didn't like him as champion.
It's horrible. I mean, he doesn't draw. Oh, and WCW.
And I don't see why
let's-
anyone would pay a ticket to see him.
I
Really?
wouldn't.
Bro,
I
because he
wouldn't.
comes out with a guitar and hits people with
Yeah,
it.
That's actually not
exactly.
bad. That's a pretty good
That's
reason.
that's
That's a
that-
pretty
no,
good reason.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only reason that's the only unique thing about him.
Yeah.
The guitar.
Like I said, I think it's funny how he marked himself as, I can make money just like Cena, Rock.
When
all
did he
these-
say that? Did he really say
He
that?
couldn't have,
Something like that.
He didn't say that.
Well,
No
in
way.
In a DVD,
No,
they were saying,
get out of here.
They were saying that Jeff Jarrett was. I mean, he thought he was a star in the making, and that's why they pushed.
I never understood that.
I never understood it. That's why he
we
was
were
world
talking
heavyweight.
about special attires, how they don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
He certainly had an interesting attire, but
in his,
even
in his early
aside
days.
from that, I never got it. I
But
never.
he got upset that he was going to lose to Hulk Hogan, dropped the belt. He laid down for the pin, and Hulk Hogan just put his foot on him, and he left. Because the way the business was, Hulk Hogan has to win. It's the rule. You face Hulk Hogan, you have to lose. And he got upset with it.
Mhm.
So that's when I think Hulk Hogan left, I think. I'm not too sure, because it's on YouTube if you want to find it.
I don't.
It's bad.
I don't care enough about Jeff Jarrett.
Vince Russo shoots on Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan shoots on the company. And at that time, it was bad.
On what company? WCW?
Yeah,
Everybody shoots on WCW, though.
Yeah, because it doesn't exist anymore.
it doesn't exist anymore. But, I mean, Jeff Jarrett, come on. You're done. You weren't that big
With
of a
how
star.
much people hate it, or openly hate it in like documentaries and stuff now, it makes me wonder if it's true.
I didn't hate that. Like I
It
said,
makes
I
me-
started off
The
with
more I
WCW.
see about it, the less I believe it.
They had a great...
Especially when you hear what people like Ric Flair have to say about it. But you were part of the company the entire time. You're gonna tell me you hated it every single
Yeah, I know.
moment?
They
Don't
had
give me
some
that.
good moments. And actually, some great moments. You know, like I said, you had the NWO when it was at the point when it started getting humongous.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get to a time
Absolutely.
where
There's nothing wrong with that.
it'll be interesting. We'll get to a time where we talk about WCW and they're bad and and they're good run. Like they had a good run at one point.
Right.
And like I said, from like 1999 to 2000, it was just horrible.
Mm.
But I like to talk about WCW one day because at one time, it was good.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, you had NWO, you had good tag teams.
And you had David Arquette as World Heavyweight Champion.
That was the down point of
I
WCW.
don't know why anybody hates on that.
Damn
That
it.
was the greatest. Did anyone expect that to happen? No.
Yes, in a way,
No, who expected David Arquette
Yeah,
to win the
really.
title?
celebrity.
You're talking out of your butt.
No. But
Celebrities.
that's no. But no. What I would compare that to would be, let's say that
Time out. Wait.
Hugh Jackman, when
Stop
he
it.
hosted Raw, if he was put in the title match,
Wait
no
a
one
second.
would think that he would win.
Wait a second. And also was promoting the movie, Ready to Rumble.
They came out after the movie.
But they
came out,
always promote movies on Raw. They always have the
But
celebrities.
this was WCW at one point.
Right, but nobody at that point, nobody still expected David Arquette to win the title.
It was stupid. It was
It's stupid.
ridiculous. Back to managers, because I don't want to get into WCW right
Well,
now.
one more thing about Paul Heyman. Maybe the reason he was so low on the list is because he always turns on his client.
That's true.
He turned on Brock Lesnar to support the Big Show. Then he turned on the Big Show. He's probably going to turn on CM Punk.
Eventually.
That's what we're all seeing happening.
Yeah. So.
We all see it.
Sonny?
Well, for reasons that are obvious, this is one of the more pleasant managers to look at. Obviously, we're talking about the 90s, not
Yes,
now.
not this Sonny. Oh,
We need to erase
blah.
anything we've seen from Sonny these days.
Oh, God.
As far as I'm concerned, Sonny stopped existing after the 90s.
Yes.
It's over.
As well she should.
Oh, God, check bully. Sorry, I have to say it.
Did you?
Yes. Number 10, Mr. Fuji.
Ah, Mr. Fuji. Contributed to plenty of Yokozuna's wins.
Yes. Also, Demolition and The Power of Pain. He managed.
As a kid, I hated Mr. Fuji. Hated
You
him.
loved Mr. Fuji?
I hated him as a
You
kid.
loved Mr.
No, because
Fuji?
you know
What?
I liked Hogan. He threw stuff in his face. I liked Hart.
Salt?
He threw stuff in his face.
Right?
I don't know what it was. It was some kind of powder. Or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a
I
salt.
remember
Ceremonial salt.
I don't know what it was.
Oh, salt. You're
But
right.
you know, it hurt people's eyes and
Salt.
caused them to get a
Yeah.
bonsai drop. So
Yep.
I didn't like that. But I mean, he did a good job.
Jim Cornette.
Cornette face.
Cornette
Cornette, yeah, I
face.
liked him. He's always pretty good on the mic.
Manager Yokozuna.
Although he's always far more interesting when he's shooting.
Yes.
You know,
Because his shoot.
his shoots are far more interesting than anything he does he's done as a
At
manager.
all. Yeah.
So.
Number 7.
Oh no! Here it comes.
Oh, yes!
Paul
Terrible.
Bearer.
Paul Bearer.
Well, he's another one though. He how many times has he turned on the Undertaker
I know.
and Kane and the most recent one was him turning on Undertaker, wasn't it? Make your choice.
Yeah.
Come
It's
on,
either they're
already.
together or they're not together. But all great manager.
He's
though.
been killed off, thrown off ledges, frozen.
Concrete.
Yeah,
Cribs.
drowned in concrete.
Put in a freezer.
Mm.
Sensational Cherry.
Well, like Rob already mentioned this, you know, not very pleasant to look at, but a very good manager.
Yeah.
And the last thing I believe we saw from her was getting ankle locked by Kurt Angle.
Yep.
That was
kind of funny. Captain Lou Albano.
How you gonna hate on the
You
captain?
can't. His rubber bands. That's all. He was Mario in the Super Mario Bros. I mean, how awesome is that?
I like the picture they used of him. It's like he's got this face like saying, "I'm on the list."
Yeah, right. I'm on the what?
He always had the face.
Freddie
Yeah.
Blassie.
Oh well, this
Managed
is
Iron Sheik and
Nikolai Volkov.
I hear a lot of good
Volkov.
stuff about him. Never really
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to speak on
past
that.
my generation, I guess. Our generation.
Jimmy Hart.
Hate that guy.
I loved him.
Hate that guy. Hate him in SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Hate him.
Why? What is his role in?
No,
Yeah.
he was a manager. You could use him though. Back when you could use managers, and
Okay.
you can't really do that now. I just remember having a bunch of really fun steel cage matches, and he just wouldn't stay down.
Yeah.
And you'd think he was like the weakest guy on the roster. He's a manager, not a wrestler.
Stay down.
He would get up. I want to do my spot. I want to do a shooting star off the top.
Greatest manager
Yeah,
of
yeah.
all time, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Okay, I probably should have seen
I
that
would
coming.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. Great on commentary also, but a great manager.
Yeah.
You know, he managed Rick Rude.
Yep.
Ric Flair at one point. If you remember the Loser Leaves Raw match
Mhm.
from 1993, Mr. Perfect versus Ric Flair, he was so great. It's like he just hated Mr. Perfect. I don't know why. Yeah, that's, you know.
I'm sure you were very happy when he died.
Because John seems to say that all the time.
Because you said you hated Mr. Perfect. I'm just
No,
saying,
I didn't hate
because,
Mr. Perfect.
Because I know how much you hate certain people.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, John hopes he dies.
Openly. He doesn't even
That's just
hide it. He's just like,
I
I
know,
hope he
I know,
dies.
You're such a jerk. You're such a jerk.
I can verify it, though.
Well,
That's what John does.
No.
I hope he dies. Whoa, that's a little extreme right there, John.
yes.
Whatever. You guys are mean.
You are the mean one.
I'm trying to think of some names that weren't on that list. That,
It's impossible.
I mean, why wouldn't Lita be on the list?
Yeah, right.
I mean, if you have
I think because those other people were mostly
Oh, remember, she was
managers and not
with
wrestlers.
L.A. Rios.
essay.
S.A. Rios, sorry.
Well, I mean, most of the ones that I'm thinking of, could also be considered wrestlers. Maybe that's why they're not on the list.
I mean, Ric Flair wasn't on there, right?
No, he wasn't. And there was one point where he, I guess he was manager for Triple H.
was
But again,
manager
he
for Triple
was,
H,
at that point, he
managed-
was still having matches, though. So I guess that has to do with something. I know I'm missing somebody. I'm forgetting, there's a manager in my mind who I'm thinking of. And I can't remember his name. John's just watching the freaking Harlem Shake WWE
sorry.
edition.
It's kind of funny.
Zeb Coulter will be on the list. in the
Oh, he's
future
got to
list.
be now. He's got to be.
Ricardo Rodriguez. Those are two that'll probably be on the list at some point in the future.
Oh, eventually.
Get Michael Hayes out of there.
Why he's on the list, I have no idea. I mean, like I said,
go home.
go home. Go home, Miz. Go home. Yeah, I think, that really it, I guess. There's not much really to, not really much talk about. We will get into WCW one of these days.
Right. No,
I'd
I
like to.
really would. That
I'd
should be a
like
lot
to.
of fun.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
We should.
Wait, WCW?
Yep.
Just buy the DVD.
And we can talk about how
buy it.
Sting's gimmick with the long hair,
No.
the white face paint, and the trench coat is totally his idea and not a rip-off of any other movie that had happened to be released at that time. Just like Sting's clown gimmick was not a rip-off at all of anything that had been taking place in the movies at that point.
Unbelievable.
Clearly, Sting comes up with his own gimmicks.
This guy, man.
Oh my
This
god.
guy's friggin' believable.
I agree. For once, I agree with you, Rob.
Good.
I look forward to
You
Sting's
should agree
next
with me
gimmick.
more. I don't know
Maybe
why
there
you
will be
don't.
something in The Wizard of Oz that catches Sting's
Stop
eye.
it!
And he could be something like that.
Unbelievable.
Well, no, wait, I'm sorry. No, that's not true because Sting comes up with his own ideas.
Unbelievable. This guy, man.
This guy. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Do you remember they stole the first spring training games?
Boo!
Just go figure. He's the only person that would say boo.
Boring!
We didn't get a...
Yeah, right? For once, we didn't get a raspberry
I
out
was
of that.
holding off on it. Now you guys aren't gonna get one.
This is ridiculous. Oh, boy.
Oh god.
Oh, God, Jack Bully.
Here we go.
Someone should, I think we're friends. Someone has to ask Hulk Hogan that. Oh, God.
The Czech Bully?
Jack Bully.
About his incredible selling
Yes.
job.
I'm gonna request that he
Yes.
check bully.
Anyway, we're gonna, one more thing that, just released Bart Scott. Just want to let you know.
Nobody cares.
And
He's
nobody
too
cares,
old
of
for
course. And we're wrap for today.
Are we gonna wrap?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap.
Are we gonna
I'm, John.
This is Ant.
Rob will be here tomorrow, correct?
Yep.
So we'll see you guys tomorrow.